I'm Maya, and I thought I knew the man I'd been living with for 3 years, until I got a call from a collections agency about a loan I never applied for. Is this Maya Chen? The voice on the phone asked. Yes, who's calling? This is Marcus from Premier Lending Services. You're 60 days past due on your personal loan. The amount outstanding is $42,000. I don't have a loan with you. There's been a mistake. Ma'am, I have your social security number, your employment information, and your signature on the application from 6 months ago. Send me everything. I need to see this application. I hung up and called Ethan at work. Did you take out a loan using my information? What? No. Why would you even ask me that? Because I just got a call from a collections agency saying I owe $42,000. Maya, that's identity theft. You need to file a police report immediately. I will, but I'm asking you directly. Did you do this? Are you seriously accusing me right now? After everything we've been through together? Just answer the question, Ethan. No, I didn't take out any loan in your name. I can't believe you'd even think that. When the documents arrived 2 days later, I stared at the signature. It looked almost exactly like mine, but the small loop I always make on the Y was missing. I compared it to documents I knew Ethan had access to. My tax returns, my work contracts, everything I'd signed while we lived together. I called my friend Sienna. Can you meet me for coffee? I need advice. We met at a place downtown, away from our usual spots. I showed her the loan documents. That's his handwriting trying to copy yours, she said immediately. Look at the pressure on the pen. That's a man's hand, not yours. But Maya, if you report this, he goes to jail. Are you ready for that? I don't know what I'm ready for. I just know my credit is destroyed and I'm liable for $42,000 I never saw. Where did the money go? I'd already traced that. It went into an account under his mother's name, Lorraine. His mother? The one who calls you every week asking why you haven't given her grandchildren yet? That's the one. What did she need $42,000 for? I don't know yet, but I'm going to find out. That night, Ethan came home with flowers. I've been thinking about what you said, about the loan thing. I want to help you figure out who did this. That's thoughtful. Did you talk to your mom today? No, why? Just curious. She usually calls on Thursdays. She's been busy, something about house repairs. I felt my stomach turn. What kind of repairs? I don't know. She didn't go into details. The next morning I called my brother Derek. I need you to do something for me, and I need you not to ask questions. That's never a good start to a conversation, Maya. I need you to drive by Lorraine's house and tell me if there's any construction happening. Ethan's mom? Why? Please, Derek, just do this for me. He called me back 3 hours later. There's a brand new addition on the back of her house. Looks like it was recently finished. We're talking professional work, not some handyman job. I thanked him and hung up. $42,000, a new addition, a loan in my name. When Ethan got home, I was sitting at the kitchen table with every credit card statement, bank record, and financial document we'd ever shared. What's all this? He asked. I'm trying to understand our finances. We've been talking about buying a house, and I want to make sure we're in good shape. We're fine. You don't need to worry about that. But I do worry, especially now with this identity theft situation. I want to make sure nothing else is wrong. He shifted his weight. Maya, you're being paranoid. One bad thing happened, and now you're acting like our whole life is a lie. I am being thorough. There's a difference. I have a conference call. Can we talk about this later? He disappeared into the bedroom. I heard his voice, low and urgent. Then I heard my name. I walked quietly to the door. Mom, she knows something. No, I didn't tell her. She's asking about your house. I don't know how. Mom, stop. I can handle this. No, she won't report it if she doesn't have proof. What do you mean I should tell her? Are you insane? Fine. I'll figure it out. I was back at the table when he came out. Everything okay? I asked. Yeah, just work stuff. The irreversible moment came 3 days later. I'd been pre-approved for a mortgage. Ethan and I were supposed to close on a house in 2 weeks. The house I'd wanted since I was a kid. 3 bedrooms, a yard for the dog we'd planned to get, a neighborhood with good schools for the children I'd imagined having. My loan officer called. Maya, we have a problem. Your credit score dropped 160 points. There's a delinquent loan on your report. I know about that. It's fraud. I'm handling it. I understand, but until it's resolved and removed from your credit report, we can't proceed with your mortgage. I'm sorry. How long will that take? If you file a police report and dispute it with the credit bureaus, 6 months minimum, maybe longer. I lost the house. The sellers moved on to another buyer within 48 hours. When I told Ethan, he held me while I cried. We'll find another house, an even better one. I don't want another house. I wanted that house. I know, baby, I know. But this isn't forever. We'll fix your credit and try again. I pulled away from him. How do we fix it, Ethan? You file the police report. You dispute the loan. It's standard identity theft protocol. And what happens to the person who stole my identity? They get investigated, probably prosecuted. What if it's someone close to me? His face went blank. Why would you say that? Because someone had access to my social security number. Someone who knew enough about me to forge my signature convincingly. Maya, you're not thinking clearly. You're upset about the house. I'm thinking very clearly. I've been thinking clearly for days. I stood up and got my laptop. I pulled up the loan application and put it in front of him. This is my signature. Except it's not. Look at the Y. I always loop it. Whoever signed this didn't know that. So? Identity thieves are good at forgery. And the money went to an account under your mother's name. Your mother who just finished a $42,000 addition on her house. His jaw tightened. You're investigating my mother now? I'm investigating fraud. My mother would never steal from you. Then where did she get the money for her addition? I don't know. Maybe she saved it. Maybe she got a loan herself. In my name? You need to stop this. You're becoming obsessed. Did you do it, Ethan? Did you take out a loan in my name to pay for your mother's house? No. Look at me and say it again. He looked at me. I did not take out a loan in your name. But you know who did. He said nothing. Your mother asked you to do it, didn't she? She needed money, and she told you to use my credit because yours was already maxed out. Stop. And you did it because you've never been able to say no to her, not once in your entire life. She needed help, Maya. Her house was falling apart. There it was, the truth hanging in the air between us. So you committed fraud. I was going to pay it back before you ever found out. You were going to pay back $42,000 without me noticing? I was handling it. By letting it go to collections? By destroying my credit? By making me lose my house? I didn't know it would go to collections. Mom was supposed to make the payments. Your mother was supposed to pay back the loan you took out in my name? She promised she would. I laughed. It was a horrible sound. Did you even think about what would happen to me? Of course I did. I think about you all the time. Not enough to ask me. Not enough to tell me the truth. Not enough to stop your mother from stealing from me. She didn't steal. I gave her the money. You gave her my money, my credit, my future. I'll fix it. I'll go to the bank tomorrow and explain everything. You can't fix this, Ethan. It's done. Don't say that. We can work through this. I lost my house because of you. We'll get another house. With what credit? Mine is destroyed, and yours has been garbage for years, hasn't it? That's why you used mine. He didn't answer. I called Derek. I need you to come help me pack. Bring boxes. Ethan grabbed my phone.
What are you doing?
I'm leaving, and then I'm filing a police report.
Maya, please, don't do this. We can figure something out.
There's nothing to figure out. You committed fraud. That's a crime.
I'll pay you back, every penny, I swear.
With what money?
I'll get a second job. I'll sell my car, whatever it takes.
And what about my credit? What about the house I lost? What about the 3 years I spent building a life with someone who would steal from me?
I didn't think of it as stealing.
What did you think it was?
Borrowing.
You can't borrow something without asking. Derek showed up with boxes and his truck. Ethan tried to talk to him.
Derek, tell her she's overreacting.
Derek looked at him.
You forged her signature on a loan application. That's fraud, man. You're lucky if police are all she sends your way. We're family. We were planning to get married.
Not anymore, I said. I packed everything that was mine. Clothes, books, the coffee maker I'd brought into the relationship, the painting my grandmother gave me. Derek loaded it all into his truck. Lorraine called while I was packing. Ethan Nux must have warned her. Maya, sweetheart, can we talk about this?
There's nothing to talk about, Lorraine.
Ethan told me what happened. I take full responsibility.
You take responsibility, but you're not the one who's going to face consequences. Ethan is.
Please don't report him. He was only trying to help me.
By committing fraud.
I'll pay you back. I'll sell my house if I have to.
You'll sell the house you built with my money?
I didn't know Ethan was going to use your information. I thought he was taking out the loan in his own name.
You're lying. You knew exactly what he was doing.
Maya, please. He's my son. He's all I have.
He should have thought about that before he chose you over me.
I hung up on her. 3 weeks later, I sat across from a detective in a small office downtown. I'd brought every document, every bank statement, every piece of evidence.
This is pretty clear-cut, the detective said. Your boyfriend forged your signature and fraudulently obtained a loan in your name. The money went directly to his mother's account. Do you want to press charges?
I thought about Ethan, about the 3 years we'd spent together, about the life I'd imagined having with him. Then I thought about the house I'd lost, about my destroyed credit, about every time Lorraine had called me asking invasive questions while Ethan stood by saying nothing. Yes, I want to press charges.
Against your boyfriend, his mother, or both?
I looked at the detective. Both.
6 months later, Ethan took a plea deal. No jail time, but 5 years probation and restitution. Lorraine had to sell her house to pay back the loan. Not the addition, the entire house. She moved into a rental apartment across town. Ethan called me once after sentencing. I hope you're happy.
I'm not happy, but I'm free.
My mom lost everything because of you.
Your mom lost everything because of herself. And you.
I loved you.
Not enough. I rebuilt my credit slowly. It took 2 years, but I qualified for another mortgage. I bought a smaller house than the one I'd lost, but it was mine. Every brick, every window, every door. No one could take it from me. I was signing the final papers at the title company when the agent looked at me.
Congratulations, Miss Chen. How does it feel to finally be a homeowner?
I thought about everything I'd lost, everything I'd learned, everything it cost me to get here. It feels like justice, I said.
The agent smiled. That's a new one. Most people say relief or excitement.
Those two, but mostly justice. I walked out of the office with my keys. My phone rang. Unknown number. I answered anyway. Maya, it's Sienna. I heard you closed on your house. Congratulations. Thanks. It's been a long road. I saw Ethan last week.
He's working 2 jobs to pay off his restitution. Good. His mother is apparently living with his aunt now. The rental didn't work out. I don't need updates on them, Sienna. I know. I just thought you'd want to know. Why would I want to know? I don't know. Closure, maybe? I got my closure 2 years ago when I filed that police report. That's cold, Maya. No, that's consequence. I hung up and looked at my new house. Small, manageable, mine. Inside, I unpacked boxes in silence. No one to argue with. No one to lie to me. No one to choose someone else over me. My phone buzzed again. This time it was Lorraine. I hadn't heard from her since the trial. Maya, I know you don't want to hear from me. You're right, I don't. I just wanted to say I'm sorry. I know that doesn't mean anything now, but I need you to know I never meant for things to turn out this way. You never meant to get caught. I meant I never wanted Ethan to lose you. He made that choice. You both did. If I could go back and change things. You can't. Nobody can. That's the point. Can you ever forgive us? I thought about that question. About forgiveness and what it meant. About whether they deserved it. Whether I needed to give it. No, I said. I can't. Please, Maya. We've lost everything. So did I, and I didn't commit fraud to do it. I ended the call and blocked her number. That night, I sat on my porch watching the sunset over my yard. My porch, my house. I thought about Derek's question from earlier. Do you think you'll ever trust anyone again? I'd told him I didn't know, that some betrayals cut too deep to recover from. But sitting there in the quiet, I wondered something else. If someone you loved chose their family over you in the worst possible way, financially ruining you to save face with people who enabled their weakness, would you have done what I did? Or would the years you spent together have made you hesitate?